would Charles Oliveira defeat Khabib? A lot of people, after the Justin Gaethje fight, really started having this debate a lot. And I remember I made a video about this a minute ago. And I guess the video was just way ahead of its time because now everybody won't stop talking about this fight. Now, the sad thing is that we likely won't be able to see it happen because I really don't think Khabib is going to come back. Because a lot of people said, oh, if Charles Oliveira defeats Islam Makhachev, then Khabib may come back. Dude, I believe that Charles Oliveira would absolutely have to humiliate Islam for Khabib to even think about it. And plus, you guys got to think about this. If Charles goes out there and humiliates humiliates Islam Makhachev, do you guys really think that Khabib is going to be like, oh, you know what? He just humiliated my longtime teammate. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to try and settle it after, what? It's been almost 2 years off now? I mean, it's kind of unlikely, But I guess we can always hope, There's nothing wrong with that. But I will say this. I believe that Charles Oliveira would be Khabib's toughest matchup in his entire career. Whenever you guys really look at Khabib's dominance, he dominated mostly strikers, man. He didn't really test himself against another skilled ground opponent like Charles. Nobody takes this guy down. And a lot of people forgot how dominant Jiu-Jitsu was in modern MMA because a lot of Jiu-Jitsu players isn't at the top of the divisions anymore. There's really just Charles Oliveira, who is the champion at 155. I don't care what anybody says. And then you got Gilbert Burns, who we just shown that Dagestani style of wrestling with Khamzat Chimaev, who arguably may be the better wrestler out of Islam and Khabib. This guy is a 2-time Swedish national champion in wrestling. Whenever you look at it that way, Gilbert Burns, a modern jiu-jitsu guy, was able to get up and fight off a much bigger Khamzat Chimaev. Now, I've always said Khabib and Islam are both much more skilled grapplers than Khamzat Chimaev because Khamzat Chimaev uses a lot of power and explosivity to really will in his takedowns. Khabib and Islam use a lot more technique, although I feel like Islam likes to stay more technically safe on the ground, where Khabib is like a bear. He just wants to stand on top of you and maul you. I believe that Khabib's style is more dangerous than Islam's styles when it comes to Charles Oliveira because we've seen Charles Oliveira pounded out on the ground before by Paul Felder, a much less skilled grappler than both of these guys, all three of these guys. But that was the old Charles. This Charles is lighting guys up on the feet and knocking them out cold. Khabib doesn't stand a chance against this guy on the feet. Khabib, so far, he's taken down every single one of his opponents to the ground. And I don't see Charles being any different. I don't think that Charles will be able to completely stuff every single one of Khabib's takedowns. I believe that the fight would go to the ground eventually because Khabib just would not go there with Charles Oliveira and just simply try to stand with him. If he did, Khabib would get lit up for 5 rounds. Khabib has a chin, so I don't think Charles will be able to knock him out. But I do think that Charles would light him up on the feet, man. It won't even be close. As for Islam likes to stay more technically safe and fight by a game plan, and he likes to will it out on the feet, or not will it out. He likes to really test himself in the striking realm with his opponents. We've seen that with Thiago Moises, where he honestly kind of struggled to get Thiago Moises to the ground. But the same thing, even though Islam is a much better striker than Khabib, not much better, he's just better than Khabib, Islam can't strike with Charles. He would get lit up. But like I said, both of these guys are going to look to take Charles down. So the other thing I want to state is that we've also have seen Islam as well as Khabib almost submitted in the UFC. We've seen Dustin Poirier almost submit Khabib, and we've seen Islam Makhachev get almost submitted earlier in his career as well in the UFC. Now, what does this mean? Am I saying that Charles Oliveira has a higher chance of both of these guys to submit both of these guys? Yes, absolutely, I'm saying that. Charles Oliveira has a high chance of submitting both of these men. But if I'm being honest, the wrestling will be the X factor because I believe that both guys are skilled wrestlers, skilled enough wrestlers to take Charles to the ground. Charles Oliveira's grappling is very known, but his wrestling defense against high-level wrestlers is kind of unknown, especially in his modern day. Now, with that being said, basically, my conclusion of this video is that I believe that Charles has a better chance of beating Khabib than he does, Charles has a better chance of beating Islam than he does beating Khabib. I don't think that Islam is capable of staying safe for 25 minutes, going to the ground consistently with Charles Oliveira, with not getting caught in something. You got to think, Islam isn't going to play it out on the feet for too long with this guy, so he's going to have to wrestle him for 5 rounds until he finishes him. Now, that's going to be very interesting. As for the grappling, I wonder how long will they be able to cancel each other out, because I believe that they will for the most part if Islam is successful with getting Charles to his back. I can't see Islam getting submitted too easily, but I can see him getting submitted, as well as getting chinned on the feet, because we've also seen him chinned on the feet. As for Khabib, we've barely seen this man rocked. I mean, we've really only seen him get touched by Poirier and by Michael Johnson. This is interesting. I want to know what you guys think. This is just my opinion on the whole matter, on the whole debate. It's been your boy Trippy, and I'm out, man.